All right, so ancient city underneath the pyramids. Is it Giza or Gaza?
Giza.
It's Giza, right? I spelled
Yeah.
Gaza here. I'm glad I said Giza though. All right,
Yeah, Gaza would have an A.
Yeah, I wrote Gaza, but I said Giza because I know it's Giza. All right, so there's a video to this. I don't know if you want to put the video.
Yeah.
You know, something to look at while I talk really quick about this. All right, so there's a vast underground city. This is New York Post, by the way. There's a vast underground city below Egypt's Giza pyramids. Scientists' wild theory claims, but experts debunk it as fake news. Of course, there was like a 4 panel of like 3 scientists, mainstream scientists, and one that's just like a fan of archaeology, who's more on the, what's this guy that we like to follow? The scientist dude? Graham
Hancock?
Yeah, Graham Hancock. So he's not like an expert, right? He's like a known archaeologist, but he's not on the mainstream experts.
Yeah.
So there was a guy on Piers Morgan, kind of like on that camp, competing with the mainstream scientists. And of course, the mainstream scientists are like, this can't be real. So we're gonna find out. You know what? Let's see. I think there's always a possibility. So researchers claim they've discovered the legendary halls of Amenti in which is a vast city. I'm assuming that's what Amenti means. Beneath Egypt's...
It's a hall of records where there's like hidden knowledge of our origins and
like an
humanity's
archive?
Past. Huh?
Like an archive, a library?
Think of it of like the Library of Alexandria. Have you ever heard about that?
Yeah, I've heard about that.
Yeah, it's like pretty much a place where a lot of ancient documents and secrets are held, and it's said to be under the Sphinx, not the pyramids.
You talking about the Alexandria, or you talking about the city?
No, what you're talking about.
The city?
The halls of Amenti.
Okay, well,
the Hall of Records.
Let's look more into it.
Under the pyramids, it's what they found is a bunch of these like columns that are linked to this underground chamber that has water in it. So that's pretty interesting. That could be also under a city. So who knows? We don't know anything. That's the thing about this.
So they want to dig more into what about
at least we the public.
Don't know but the experts don't really know either, because
I'm sure there's some dudes that know some shit,
but not enough to where it's like definitive, where you can tell the public, yeah, like this is what it is, because the Egyptian authorities don't want you to investigate more into this mysterious, like, we don't really know. People are saying that it's not really a tomb. Some people are saying it is a tomb. I don't think it's a tomb.
Oh yeah, look, they have the diagrams here.
Yeah, so I'm going to really quick just read into this. So Italian-Scottish scientists studying the pyramid of Khafre, I don't know how you say that, say the groundbreaking study has redefined the boundaries of satellite data analysis and archaeological exploration, according to spokesperson Kikolo. I don't know where I get Nicolo. Amply named Khafre Project Corrado Malanga from Italy's University.
Did you just say Malanga?
That's literally what it says here. Corrado Malanga from Italy's University of Pisa and Filippo Biondi of the University of, I can't say that, in Scotland, led the expedition to discover the Giza's Plateau, second largest pyramid. All right, so a bunch of people that I can't pronounce their last names and first names supposedly explored a different part of the pyramid. All right, so let's see what they explored. So the newly discovered structures are connected to pathways that lead below the surface and are believed to expose hidden rooms and wells under the 4,500-year-old wonder of the world. Electromagnetic signals were turned into phonic data that unveiled larger infrastructure, leading to down thousands of feet underground. That's pretty cool. The 8 large vertical structures, theorized to be wells or shafts, are thought to extend over 6,500 feet across and 2,000 feet below ground. And what's this like? What is this right here? This graph thing. The group used the data to make a rough 3D model estimating what is believed to be hidden from the world's eye.
Yeah, those are the pillars they're talking about. Right
okay.
Or the wells or the shafts that are linked to the pyramid. They go all the way down thousands of feet.
What do you think this is? What do you think these
It's hard to say. I mean, to me, it looks like some kind of electricity, some conductor to conduct electricity or energy connected to something.
Yeah, it definitely doesn't seem like something a tomb would have.
Yeah, definitely not. Well, you know
You
what?
know what I'm saying?
There's people who've gone to the pyramid have said that their phone in there it charges without
That's right. Yeah, I've heard.
yeah
I've heard
wirelessly
stories
obviously,
like that.
but it's insane that your phone just charges like that. And now I have like these graph, well not graphs, like these readings. I don't know what kind of device they use to get these readings, but there's pictures showing like plasma energy coming from the pyramids.
Damn.
Yeah, it's crazy. We don't know anything about these
I
structures.
think this is.
We've forgotten everything.
I think this is a good step in the right direction. That we have people that aren't considered experts, who are willing to just be like, what if? You know, like you can't say that it's not true. We can't definitively say that this is what it is, but we can say that perhaps the pyramids have more to it than what meets the eye.
Oh, 100%.
You know,
And the Sphinx too.
and this, yeah, just all that, and you know what makes me even more curious? How there's so much wonder and mystery in that area, and there's been so much war that. How convenient that the war that's been in that area has destroyed a lot of these past like civilization infrastructures. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, look at all these radical groups just going over there and destroying ancient statues. Remember we saw a video about that?
Yeah.
I don't know which one of these terrorist groups it was because there's so many of them at this point. But they were just, you see them smashing like ancient sculptures and burning ancient texts. It's like, dude, what are you doing?
Right. Yeah. So
like you need to be hung by the neck. Like that's an atrocity against humanity. You're erasing
exactly
our heritage, our
history,
origins, our history.
Exactly.
That's why we don't remember anything. Groups like these, not just saying like people in the Middle East, just groups in general that have that kind of agenda to erase the past and create a new one.
Not just that, it's the people who are funding those groups really are the
100%. That's
real problem.
Right. Of course.
And I think, but this is a good step in the right direction because it's getting people to realize like we don't really know anything about our past, and that's a problem. Because if we don't know anything about our past, then how can we avoid like the same mistake happening again? So this is
not only that, how can we reach our true potential?
Yeah,
if we
exactly.
don't know where we come from.
And we don't know how far we can possibly go. We don't know how far our limits are. We don't really know where we came from. So this is a good step in the right direction. Of course, the experts are saying that this is bullshit. I recommend you watch Piers Morgan. He just had those experts on who literally were using that term. This is bullshit. This is just pseudoscience. You know, and it's funny because we just saw a movie, which is a super trippy movie, but very, like, if you guys like anime, I recommend you watch it. What was it called?
Shoot. I'm drawing a blank right now.
Oh my god. Well, while you figure that, I'm going to give you a kind of like a summary. So the movie pretty much gives you perspective on how science and spirituality should come together, because it's going to kind of like blur out gray areas in between.
It's called The Laws of the Universe. I'll put it up on the screen.
It's really good. It really gives you a different perspective. It even brings out your inner purpose, like, why am I here? You know, it makes you really question like your reality, which I think is needed right now in society. We need more thought-provoking movies, documentaries, stories like this that really open up people's perspectives and stop thinking of like the mundane day-to-day and start thinking, okay, like, you know, is reincarnation a thing? Like,
it really opens your perspective,
you know,
as to what you're doing here. What is your goal, your life purpose, right? So it really gets you to think about these things and just open up your mind to new possibilities.
Yes.
Not looking at things so 3D, so linear.
Yes.
But you can find this on YouTube. You just put The Laws of the Universe Part 0. Make sure you put Part 0, because Part 1 is actually Part 2.
So trippy.
Yeah.
Even that is trippy, the title.
Yeah, and I think there's a Part 2, which is actually Part 3. But, yeah. But, yeah, this is the one we saw today. It was really good. Also, you know, there's going to be some cringy moments, all right? Because it's one of these older animes.
But it's so good.
But you just get through the little cringy moments. And there's a lot of truth in it. A lot of really good stuff. So, you know, go check it out.
What's